Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Drysdale could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think, that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
I think they're looking for a space where they can be comfortable, perhaps make some NIL money in the process, but be better set up long-term as opposed to it being 1 year jumping around.
You want to kind of get your core players that have been here a couple of years, and then go get the high-profile recruit and then supplement at the transfer portal.
Inside the transfer portal, only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Gabriel Morency, the pimps, the players, the hustlers, the people that bust them, and everybody else in between. Let's do this thing. It's the Wicked Wednesday, or at least I think it is. It's just so insane. There's so much going on right now, including we're into the final minutes in the Lone Star State. There's under 4 minutes remaining. It's 3-2 for the Dallas Stars. 3 is the magic number. They're gunning for their third straight series win, and they're also looking to become the first home team to actually win a game in this series. That's right. We always talk about home ice, home field, home court. Doesn't mean what it used to anymore. In this series, it hasn't meant anything. It's been home ice disadvantage. We'll get into that this evening as we break down tomorrow night's games and the games moving forward. Can the teams that extended the series get it done on home ice? Speaking of extending the series, the LA Kings look to extend the series tonight. We have the LA two-step tonight. And we always talk about it. It's rare. Some cities will pull it off in which you're going to get teams from the same city in different leagues are going to win. All right. And let's not count the Angels and the Dodgers so much in this. The big games, right? Like in LA, what's the big game tonight? The Clippers. Actually, that's not true. That's not, despite the fact that the Clippers and the LA Kings are playing tonight, the big game tonight is like the Dodgers against the D-backs, and it's scoreless, incidentally, in that baseball game. I like Yamamoto. You can get an in-game over 4.5 strikeouts. We just pulled the trigger on that. But you've got the L.A. Clippers in action, and you got the L.A. Kings coming up. So let's get down to business. I'm taking the L.A. Clippers tonight. I think the L.A. Clippers are the play this evening. This has been a tricky series. This has been one of the funner series. It's a cool series, but it's a hard series. It's been unpredictable, this series, in the sense of every game, it's been the zigzag, but like the team you don't think is going to win, it's like, oh, yeah, they're not looking good, and then they play well. That's like, oh, Dallas has it now, and then Dallas are terrible, right? And they're down by 30 after 10 minutes. So it's really been one of those, like it's like a boxing match. One guy wins one round, it doesn't carry over to the next round. It's all over the place. But now we're down to a best of 2 or 3. Something has to happen at some point in time. Luka Doncic, and listen, I think Luka's going to go off tonight, but I want to take the Clippers plus the points. But they're getting 3. And I like the Clippers, but I also like the Edmonton Oilers tonight. So I think the Clippers are the play in L.A., but I think that the L.A. Kings will lose tonight to the Edmonton Oilers. I don't think it's going to be easy for the Oilers, but I think the Oilers will have the killer instinct to finish it off tonight. And we parlayed it together, and it's a pretty nice parlay, plus 230. Plus 230. L.A. Clippers to win the game and the Edmonton Oilers to win the game, plus 230. Now, you can take the 3 points if you want. The Oilers are minus 200 on the money line. It's pretty pricey if you're going to lay the price. You can lay a puck and a half. I think the Oilers probably do win by 2 goals just because, like, if they're up by 1 late, they can get the empty netter. But, like I said, listen, the LA Kings played with them the other night. We're the better team. They didn't win. The Kings are a veteran group. They're going to die on their sword tonight. So like the Milwaukee Bucks. Right, like the Bucks aren't going to win the series, but they're not going down without a fight, even with all the injuries. LA are playing hard. LA just can't score. Like, that's LA's deal. They can't score. And they brought in Pierre-Luc Dubois because he was supposed to be the one. It was like, you know what, we're really good defensively, but we need some more firepower, and we will be a contender. And they bring in, is he even playing? I've always thought he's super overrated, that dude. Like, point blank. Like, check the tape. Check the tape. I said this like 8 years ago or something. I'm like, this dude, like, this guy's a piece of work. This guy's been bitching since he came out of junior. Like, this guy probably bitched in the hospital when he was born. It's too cold here, right? Like, I want to move hospitals. Like, he's one of these dudes. He's never been happy anywhere where he's ever been on any team. And he's like, he's pretty good. He's got a lot of talent, but it's like, you know what? If you would stay with a team or you'd build something, you become a better player. Like, he's always hopping into new systems and new this and that. And then it's like, then he sort of blames, not blames, but like, well, it's a new team and this and that. So they got to get more, right? They got to get more. But I think the Oilers are going to win the game. And like I said, the parlay's plus 230. So it's up to you what you want to do with it. Those are the 2 games that I like tonight. The two games that are going on tonight. Brady Cannon's going to step up on it. We'll do it Byron Nelson classic style. And I got to tell you what, the Dallas Stars, I thought they just scored on the empty net. They didn't. I like to see the replay, like how they didn't score. It happened in the Nashville-Vancouver series. A lot of times, man, when teams will hit the post, like when you don't put it in the empty net when you're supposed to, when you're like right in front of the net, it almost like inevitably always comes back to get you somehow. Vegas are running out of ice right now, though. We got there's under 50 seconds remaining. We have a 3-2 hockey game, and their net evidently, of course, is empty. Be a big win for the Dallas Stars. You figure Vegas, Dallas can beat them again in the next game, actually. Like, I'm not sure this actually does go 7. And it was just nearly in the net, but it didn't go in. Yeah, this game is nearly over. Dallas they're about to punch it in here in the empty net. Unless it's my famous last words and Vegas score on some miracle last drive here. But I've been talking about it. Vegas are a good team, but they're not the same team as last year. Number one, they don't have the same hunger. Just point blank. It is what it is. You win a championship. Number 2, it's freaking hard, even if you do have the hunger, to repeat in a league because everyone knows you're good now and you've got the target on your back. And the more important thing, and I've been talking about it a lot, and you'll see it's going to catch up to teams, is the Vegas Golden Knight players, their core is the same core. These guys have been together for years and have also played a ton of playoff hockey games over the years. Like, it's catching up to them. Right? It's almost like an extra year or so. Like, think of all the 7-game series is. And I mean, hell, the Canadians beat the Vegas Golden Knights in the COVID year in like the semifinals. Like, Vegas in their existence, 7 years? They've been like deep in the playoffs almost every time. And eventually it catches up and you just don't have the legs aren't there anymore, man. You know what I mean? You're skating and you're pushing off and stuff, but it's like you're skating in like slushy or water. Anyone who played hockey knows what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Like when go out to the park, it's like, yeah, the ice isn't very good. It's a little slushy. You're not going anywhere. The puck's dying. It's just one of those type of deals. And we've got a final score. The Dallas Stars have won the game, 3-2 final score. 3-2, and that's incidentally what the series is right now. So we do have a full house on the program tonight. Brady Cannon's going to step up, and then Paul Bovey in the house. So Brady will hit golf or whatever else Brady's got money on because he's a sharp guy. Get his thoughts on the NFL draft, but we'll focus in on the golf. Paul Bovey will get into the NBA with big card Julio Rosario, whatever. He's just a hardcore, so he's going to run the gauntlet and be all over the place. Ian Cameron, a.k.a. Babano, will hit the NHL playoffs. We got the Ranger Redhead, Cam Stewart in the house, and George Kurtz. So, as I said, we got a full house tonight on the program. The Mavericks are leading the Clippers 4-0. They didn't waste any time. They're off and running right now. Meanwhile, we're getting ready to drop the puck in Edmonton with the Edmonton Oilers and the Los Angeles Kings. I think the Kings, like I said, the Kings are competitive, but unlike the Miami Heat tonight, 118-84 final score, but I just don't think, I think the Edmonton Oilers, they have enough playoff experience to finish this off tonight. The Canucks did not last night. Edmonton will this evening, and then they'll be able to rest up and wait for the winner of Nashville and Vancouver. Ryan Garcia, remember last week it was Garcia and Haney. Garcia tested positive for a performance enhancer. That news just broke about half an hour ago. He says that it's fake news and that it's because he took a picture with Donald Trump, and that's like special forces are taking him down. I agree. It was definitely Hillary Clinton that did this. This is SportsRage.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think, that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? You know, they see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills Moon or a Bet Page or, whatever it may be, and they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky, but like, look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah, it really has, and obviously, of course, I'm a bias toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
Let's roll. This is SportsRage. I am Morency. The Edmonton Oilers are taking the ice right now. LA Kings and the Oilers coming up. The Oilers minus 200 favorites, and the LA Clippers are down 14-11. I tell you what, I don't like chasing early numbers in these basketball games, but it's 211.5 right now, 14-13. They've only played 5 minutes. They've already scored 27 points. If you're someone like me that has a hard time not betting these in-game overs when it comes to NBA games, the time is to do it now. Like, I don't think I don't think it's a case where they're going to hit the wall and no one's going to come down. I think there's going to be points tonight. When Dallas are at their best, they're scoring. I know they play better defense now and stuff. Yeah, whatever, a little bit. But they're about scoring. And Luka's talking about how he's letting the team down. He's letting Kyrie Irving down. He's got to do more. So I'm expecting the Mavs to sort of push it a little bit more than they have tonight. But I do like the Clippers plus the points. They're getting 2.5 right now, total 211.5. Let's bring in Brady Cannon and Cam Stewart. Cam, what are you doing with the Edmonton Oilers and the LA King game?
I'm glad you asked, Morency. Thank you. Dallas Stars cap a parlay from yesterday, so that's good news. We're taking the Edmonton Oilers. Regulation minus 115. We'll take Edmonton minus 1.5. And Gabe, this one's for you, buddy. Zach Hyman, anytime goal scorer, plus 130. First goal scorer, 7-1. Let's have fun. Go Oilers.
Yeah, 7-1, not a bad price for a guy as hot as he is. And before you bring Brady in, actually, shout out to our boy Avery in Edmonton, who covers the Edmonton Oilers. Long time. We've known him since he was a teenager, but he started to get established in the hockey media now, and he's in Edmonton. And Shaquille O'Neal did a promo where he was skating the other day, not very well. And and our boy Avery asked Zach Hyman if he's willing. He goes, "What did you think of Shaq skating? Would you give him skating? Give him some lessons?" And Hyman said, "Oh, definitely. I'd love to meet Shaq and teach him how to skate. I'll do it for free." And TNT and everybody picked it up, actually, the tweet. So our boy Avery, he's getting out there right now. His tweet's picked up. All the hockey people are tweeting it to Shaq and stuff. So good for you, Avery. Good stuff there. Shaq would be dangerous on the ice. He'd be big in the corners, Brady. Big dude.
Can you imagine that guy inside net? You couldn't get a puck past him. My goodness. And Shaq on skates is funny in itself. My goodness. That's great. I'd love to see it. I hope this gains some steam and he gets out there.
Oh, Gabe, it was the best. They had him in front of the net, and it took up the whole camera shot. Like, they had, like the little guy in net, and Shaq took – like, the camera's like, go wide. Shaq was just like, Meh. Yeah, I'd love to see Shaq on skates. If you just stand there, it'd be like, yeah, good luck moving that guy in front. It's like moving a redwood.
A football player that was – J.J. McCarthy, actually, the quarterback that just got drafted from Michigan. He played hockey. But J.J. Watt, who's a very big man, J.J. Watt was actually a very good hockey player. There's a video of J.J. Watt skating just recently. He's like, hey, just, going for a workout. And he was flying around. And he's like, I think he's 6'7", 290 type of thing. 6'6", like 6'5 and a half, 6'6 type thing, 270, 280, 290, whatever. Big dude. Like, he'd be like, he looks like he could play for real. Like, J.J. Watt looks like he could play for real, Wisconsin Badger. So, a lot of stuff to get to. Let's get just a quick update for people that bet the Dodgers in the D-back game. Last night it was the Bees that were stinging. Tonight it's the Dodgers. The Dodgers are already up 5-0. So we're in the second inning. The Dodgers have put a 5 spot up. Yamamoto's on the hill. Dodgers are currently minus 5.5 on the run line right now. The in-game total is 11.5. But let's get to some golf right now, Brady. Cannon in the house. So, Brady, when it was all said and done, how did the New Orleans team play treat you?
I did okay. I was on a couple of your fellow Canadian teams. I bet Pendrith and Corey Connors in game. I know Cam was on them pre-tournament. They kind of fizzled out on Sunday, and so did Hadwin and Taylor. They had a real shot on Sunday, and last year in the alternate shot format, they shot a 63, finished runner-up. Couldn't do much of anything this week, but a couple of top 20 finishes, and I really dumbed down the risk for that team event. It's so hard to predict, but I also, at the same time, guys, I thought it was tremendous for golf to see Rory and Lowry win. You've got a kind of an off event, a down week. It's more casual. They go to New Orleans. Guys are having a good time, camaraderie, playing with their buddy, the playing partner and everything. And, rather than have some lesser known team win this thing and have golf maybe kind of take a dip for a week, bang, you get Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry. They're singing karaoke. The party continues in New Orleans. I thought it was great, and it was nice to see. It's good for that tournament, good for golf fans, good for Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry.
It's crazy to me that I see that they both get a tour win, Cam, both golfers. I saw some people, listen, whatever Rory does, people are going to criticize now. He's criticized everybody else so much. He's become the face. And I've seen, once again, people jumping up right away saying, you know what, they shouldn't award a win to both guys. But what are you going to do? You can't give half a win to both guys. And it's a sanctioned event as well. What do you think, Brady? We'll get Kev's take. Should they both should you get credit? Because it was Rory's, 25th win, right? So it's sort of symbolic. Yeah, I will agree, actually, with people. It's kind of weird. I don't think you should both get a career tournament win because you didn't. You didn't win a tournament. In my opinion, they shouldn't have. They should, I get it. It's a real tournament and stuff, but I don't think that you should get credited for a tournament victory, Brady, in my opinion, for that.
Well, they don't get all the credit that a normal tour win will get you. They don't get the automatic invite to the Masters. I don't think they get a 2-year exemption. You don't get as many FedEx Cup points, but how are you going to not define it as a win? I won the member guest at my country club years ago. They didn't tell me I didn't win, So, hey, Mr. McElroy, we're going to give it to you because you made birdies. You made more birdies than Mr. Lowry. So, no, you got to give him a win. It's a team effort. It's like us, Cam and I. If we hit an outright, it's a team effort. We don't give it to just one of us.
That's what the President's Cup is for, the Ryder Cup, man.
Remember that.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think, that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
What are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? They see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills or a Bet Page or whatever it may be, and they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky, but look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah. It really has, and obviously, of course, I'm biased toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
The start of the hockey game, we played 2 minutes, still scoreless, 19-17 in the basketball game. Total is 211.5, exactly what I bet that in-game at right now. So let's get into the golf as we discussed. It's debatable. Cam, before we get to the picks, what do you think? I understand both arguments, but Brady and the fact that Brady told me that he won his club tournament, that cemented the deal. I was wrong.
I agree.
I was like, when he dropped it, listen, when I won, I like how you said, You want to take it away from me, Morency? You're going to say I didn't win? I'm like, hey, calm down. You won. You won.
Now Brady gets lifetime membership to every member guest. That's the beautiful thing, like the Masters.
There you go.
Special quote. No, like Morency, I don't mind it as a win because you have to play. You're still playing teams. You're playing guys who on the PGA Tour. But I do agree, lessened event. You shouldn't have any advantages or any freebies to any majors. The cash is fine. And just a quick point, it was really nice to see Rory with Lowry. Rory's been really uptight, and Shane Lowry loosened him up. He made a really good move to go with the Irish Bear because Rory hasn't. He even said, "I haven't had that much fun. I was on the policy board." He was starting to really get angry in his own head, and I think this could really help his game moving forward, hanging out with a guy like Shane Lowry, who takes golf seriously, but he also loves to have a great time off the golf course. Great team.
No, and fans like him, and fans like him. And like I said, I don't know. I think it was probably Greg Norman that brought this up again. Like he's the one that seems to be on a weekly, right? On the weekly, on a weekly thing here. So now we get the Byron Nelson. And I got to imagine, Brady, that the Byron Nelson is, just such a storied name that it's a tournament that players would like to win, right? What's the prestige factor of this tournament?
Yeah, that's probably the extent of it, really. It is a lighter field once again. If Scotty Scheffler had his child, or if that wasn't, a factor, he'd probably be here too. A lot of local Texans show up and support these events that are played in the state of Texas. But yeah, the field's down. You've got Spieth and Siwoo Kim. It's not an electric field, but all the big guys used to show up for this. Tiger and Couples and Mickelson, they've all won it, and they did it for Byron.
What's sad.
And I think it still holds true. Since he's passed away, I think that's taken some away from, the prestige of the event. But I think the guys like this golf course they're playing at. This is the 4th year in a row at TPC Craig Ranch. Big, wide fairways. It's a birdie fest. It's a little bit more casual too, just like last week in New Orleans. And then the next 2 weeks, we ramp it up. We go signature event at Quail Hollow for the Wells Fargo, and then we go PGA Championship. So, a couple of little Derby prep races is what I've been calling them in light of the first Saturday in May coming up this weekend.
Yeah, but we've seen this where the modern player, they're just so selfish. They don't care really too much about tradition, and they should care more because these are the guys that are the reason why you're making all this money now. They're the ones that built the foundation. Right. Yeah. But we've seen it, right? Wasn't it last year like Jack's tournament sort of got screwed over a bit? Arnold's tournament's been screwed over to players where it's like, it's not good for my schedule. I don't want to go, right? Oh, it's not prestige like this and that. Instead of showing respect to the name.
Jack's one guy, I think the modern day players, and Jordan Spieth, he's an old school kind of he respects the history of the game. Not all guys do.
I think Jack's might have been right after a major, though. I think there was an exception.
Like the Memorial?
I know. There was one that.
Which one was it, Brady? I forget.
He didn't, but they didn't get. But nevertheless, so when I hear Texas, though.
Yeah.
When I hear Texas, though, I couldn't help but think of my boy Doug Gim. I'm not saying Doug Gim's going to win,
Dougie Gim.
But I got to pull the trigger on Doug Gim top 20. That's my play, and I'll shut up. What do you guys like? I take Doug Gim top 20.
I like the Gim Reaper. Another top 20 pick who's let us down on Sundays, but it wasn't all his fault. It was weather. And actually, did Carver tell you the story when Tom Hoagie took a 9 on the par 4 because they had to get off the course and he had a flight to catch? I'm like, dude, don't do this to me. But anyway, he went to TCU, Gabe. He's a Horned Frog. I like Tom Hoagie as a nice top 20 play this week. And I know a lot of the guys in the golfing world like him to win, but Brady and I have a couple of the same picks because I saw the email you sent in, Brady. We both like Canadian Mackenzie Hughes, who always plays really well in Texas.
Yeah,
all right, Brady, we got about a minute before this weird break. So what do you like? And we'll hit it on the other side as well, but let's get it going.
I like guys that are good off the tee, good with the long irons. You got a lot of long par 4s here, long par 5s. And I like guys that can putt and guys that can make birdies. I think you got to have guys that can make birdies and have a hot putter when you're involved in a birdie fest. The average winning score here is about 24.5 over the course of the last 3 editions at TPC Craig Ranch. So, good off the tee, long irons, birdies, and putters. That's what I went with this week. And Mackenzie Hughes is exactly one of those guys.
I don't want to be a jackass, but it seems like all these traits eliminate Jordan Spieth at the top of the board.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? You know, they see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills or a Bet Page or, whatever it may be, and they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky, but like, look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah. It really has, and obviously, of course, I'm a bias toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. Still scoreless right now, 6 minutes into the hockey game. We're kicking at Brady Cannon in the house, Byron Nelson. So looking at the market here, and I'm just somewhat surprised. Not surprised. I get it. I don't get it because Jordan Spieth shouldn't be favored. You know what? Because he's from Texas. And, Spieth is one of these people you're going to go broke, keep on waiting for him to come back and break through. I like him. I wish he could. I think he's a cool dude and stuff, but I don't really trust him, although you could argue the price doesn't suck, right, Brady? That's the one thing with this market, even at the top of the board, if you're betting on it, you're going to get paid no matter who wins this tournament.
Yeah, and Jordan Spieth, and you're right, he hasn't won in a couple of years. He hasn't been cashing a lot of tickets for you, but he always seems to play well in his home state of Texas. It was before the Masters when he finished 10th at the Valero Texas Open. And I was like, okay, started to feel good about my bet on him for the Masters. It's like, okay, here comes the form. He's going to roll into Augusta and he'll be right back at it again. Didn't happen. So I wouldn't be surprised if he certainly cashed a top 20, might even cash a top 10, but I just don't know if he's going to win it this week. And I didn't bet on him. As we mentioned, Cam and I are both on Mackenzie Hughes, and we're both on Alex Noren as well. I went with Noren at 25-1. Again, great putter, great player in the wind, good long iron player, good on approach. I also went with Benny On, Byung-Hoon On. This is the only guy I have on my card that is not a great putter, but he bangs it off the tee. He's number one in this field for birdies or better gain. And, that's what you need here. And he's been in good form all season long, too. And then just two more guys that fit that profile like Mackenzie Hughes. Good off the tee, long irons, par fours, and short game. And that's Adam Schenk at 40-1. And then I took Maverick McNeely at 55-1.
All right, there's his outright wins. Let's get into some matchup bets. What are you looking at this week, Brady, as far as head-to-head matchups? You talked about one earlier with Alex Noren, but what do you think about what do you got for us as far as matchups?
Well, going against your guy, my guy too. I'm a Jordan Spieth fan as well, but I'm betting against him. I took Alex Noren at even money over Jordan Spieth. I also took Alex Noren at minus 118 over Tom Kim. And then last but not least, I took Adam Schenk minus 105 over Tom Hoge. And Hoge, like Cam touched on, he could be a very good pick this week. I mean, that match is probably going to be a real sweat. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that one goes down to the wire.
Let's get into the live, because you've got some live picks for us this week. What do you got as far as the live tour is concerned?
Cam, you're going to like this. I discovered this. I'm trying to research this course, Sentosa in Singapore. World-class course. It's been voted, I believe, the very best course in the world before. It is a big-time property in Singapore, and golfers love it. It's been a mainstay on the European Tour for many years, and so I started to look back at who'd won this thing, and I saw Sergio Garcia, Adam Scott, and Ian Poulter. And I said, okay, it's a ball strikers course. That's exactly what these guys are. I'm going to look for driving accuracy. I'm going to look for greens in regulation. It's all about ball striking. I started to look a little deeper, and I saw Matt Kuchar's one here as well. I went, wait a minute. These guys are all excellent at the Players' Championship. Sergio Garcia's won a Players. Adam Scott has won a Players. Matt Kuchar's won a Players. Ian Poulter's finished runner-up at the Players twice. He's made 14 out of 18 cuts there in his career. I got to figure there's a ton of water at this course, just like Sawgrass. Sawgrass is absolutely a ball striker's paradise. I have a feeling there's a strong correlation here just looking at those four guys. So that's where I went with my live selections, guys that have been money at the Players' Championship. I took Paul Casey at 38. His last two Players' Championships, he finished 3rd and 5th. I took Cameron Smith at plus 1950. He's won the Players before, also finished 17th. I took Bryson DeChambeau, who, by the way, on the live circuit has finished top 10, 4 out of 6 events. He's finished as high as 3rd at the Players, never missed a cut there. And then I took John Rahm. I went right to the top of the board. Yeah. I mean, if there's 54 guys in the field, plus 650 is not that bad of a price. This guy's finished top 10 in every live event this year. I think he's due for a win. And, oh, by the way, he's also finished 12th and 9th at the Players' Championship. And the year he finished 12th, he was first all the way until the back nine on Sunday when he had a meltdown. So I think the Players' Championship correlation here is pretty strong.
I agree.
I was watching the live a little bit last week, and I'll give them credit as far as the atmosphere that they create during the event, right? It's not like the Waste Management quite, but it's more high class in a sense. But to say, you know what I mean? Like they're golfing, but like you have like a world-class DJ. Doom, doom, doom. Just music going on.
They do that. Yep, and like, they do that in the European
the players don't get distracted.
No.
The players don't get distracted. Like they're dealing with it. They're going along. But it's sort of like the Euro angle. And I didn't mind the fact people are like, what the hell are these guys doing? But they've copied Formula One now. So they have the podium after with the top 3 teams and stuff. And they're all spraying the champagne and all that type of stuff. And you know what? I think, you can't have a problem with it if you're trying to make things lighter and more fun. So I'll give them credit for that. And they do have a good field here. No one could dispute this. So, Brady, before we get you out of here, you're a San Francisco 49er guy. Niner Nation, very baffled, disappointed, didn't like the Ricky Pearsall pick. You know, you're drafting 31st. It is what it is. But what was your take on the NFL draft? And what did you take from the Niners? But anything from a betting perspective across the league, did anything happen at the draft that left an impression on a team for you?
Yeah, a couple things, Gabe. First of all, I thought the Pearsall pick was great. And now you could, I think, reasonably say that he's probably more of a second-round player, a high second-round pick. But at the same time, I think he's a fantastic fit for Kyle Shanahan's system. Great wide receiver, a better athlete than people think, 4'4", 140, has great hands, and he can block, and he can play special teams. He's an all-purpose Swiss Army knife type guy. There's been executives in the league that have said, I wouldn't be surprised if he catches 100 balls this year. I think he's great for Shanahan's offense. I thought the Niners had a pretty darn good draft. They addressed their needs at cornerback, got an offensive lineman that looks like a stud, never gave up a sack at Kansas. But I tell you, as far as a betting perspective, Gabe, I went after the Chicago Bears, and it feels a little bit square, like everybody's going to jump on Caleb Williams as a number 1 pick. But look at this team that they have put around him. They have done so much of a better job in preparing Caleb Williams for success than they did Justin Fields. That offensive line is greatly improved. They added more offensive linemen over the offseason. Montez Sweat. They add defensive linemen over the offseason. They get DeAndre Swift. And you can also really include DeAndre Swift and Keenan Allen in their draft because they use draft picks to trade for those guys. You got DJ Moore, you got Cole Kmet, you add Rome Odunze. And in addition to Cole Kmet, not many people realize this, they added Gerald Everett, a great tight end from the Los Angeles Chargers. I think that offense is pretty loaded. The defense has gotten better. They addressed needs there. And if you look at, I think, and I was talking with a guy on a show this weekend, Ron Marmoleski from Wager Talk is a great handicapper. He thinks this division is second best in the NFL, only to the AFC North. And I kind of agree with him. The Vikings, are not chopped liver. But you look at the Lions are plus 130. They got a couple of great cornerbacks in the draft. I thought the Packers had a great draft. They're at about plus 195 to win the division. And the Bears are at plus 375. I think they can win 10 games, and you're giving me almost 4-1. They're going to beat each other up in that division. I think it, again, like I said, it feels reactionary, and I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. But with the price and the team that they have on paper, I felt it was worth a shot.
All great points, and you're right. It sounds ambitious at first. Whoa, Bears got to win 9 games? And that's like, okay, by the way, they won 7 games last year with Tyson Bagent. All right,
and they have
and
a last
Justin
place
Fields.
schedule.
Yeah, and the thing that for me, as you stated, this division suddenly becomes a glamour division, and suddenly the minutes last year the Packers were slept on. They were the 4th team. It was like, oh, the Packers are going to be terrible. I was like, you guys are nuts. This is like hammer the over. Brady, the win total for the Vikings is 6.5, bro.
Wow.
Like, really?
Wow. It's a good division, man.
Really?
That's
okay.
It's going to be fun. So bad.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think, that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government or someone you would say in legislation to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? They see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills or a Bet Page or, whatever it may be. And they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky. But look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah. It really has. And obviously, of course, I'm a bias toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily at plus money get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. Thanks to Brady Cannon for joining us. 1-0 for the Edmonton Oilers. 8 minutes left, so they've broken the ice. I don't think it was your boy Hyman, Cam. I don't want to confirm. I'm pretty sure it was Draisaitl. Was it Kane?
I think it was Kane. Yeah. It was. I actually looked at Kane tonight too. I'm like, ooh, his price is really good. See, my love for Hyman, Gabe. That's the problem, man. He's my guy, but I'm happy for Kane. Good on Edmonton. They got to finish the job tonight. I don't want to see any monkey business. So yeah, it's a good start. Canes, hey man, they look like a dangerous team. Skinner's starting to play really well too. The Kings came out hot and he made a couple nice saves. Good on him. If Skinner plays well, this Edmonton team's dangerous to sell.
No, they are, but at the same point in time, we knew this. They started to win some games, lower scoring games in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen a lot of hockey people going overboard here with the Oilers right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look how the shutouts and look how good. Dude, the LA Kings would have a hard time scoring on me, I think. They can't score, bro.
They're offensive.
No, they can't score.
Talent.
No, like you see it, Cam. Like they're offensively challenged, bro. Like they had 33 shots the other night. None of them were even really scary. It was
exactly
like they're just like they're like desperate. They're like, shoot the puck at the net. We suck. Let's just see what happens. I mean, their best goal scorers are old dudes, bro. Like you can't like Kopitar. Like they're too old, Cam. And I brought it up earlier. We'll bring Bovey, and I just want to say, Pierre-Luc Dubois is one of the most overrated players, if not the most overrated and overpaid player in the league, bro. The guy makes like $10 to $12 million a year. Is he even playing? I don't even see him.
Yeah, no.
I don't
he
even
might
know.
Be a healthy stretch. He ruined the Jets when he went there. They had good team chemistry. Yeah, you're right. Like I don't know what this team like. He's a menace to society. They
were counting on him to help them, like to go like further. Like okay, we'll get 25, 30 from him. You're not getting anything from him. Like I don't even. He's non-existent. All right, so it's 1-0 for the Edmonton Oilers. It's 41-35 right now for the Dallas Mavericks. Let's bring in Mr. Paul Bovey right now. Paul, good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for joining us in your morning, our night. Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's actually it's evening. I'm in Mexico City en route to Vegas. I had a long day yesterday. I will tell you, 24 hours of travel, completely depleted. Now I managed to get up after falling asleep the next game, and I witnessed the implosion of Madison Square Garden at a likely contest with Game 7. I was very disappointed in the Knicks, but hopefully we'll salvage this thing and end up winning it anyway.
Yeah, and you can make some money with the Game 7 as well, right, with the tickets. If it goes 7, think of the plus side and the positive. But did you see Jon Stewart's face, Paul? That was unbelievable. That's just like one of those classic MSG moments now. The comedian, talk show host Jon Stewart, big Knick fan, sitting courtside. And the look on his face, man, when Maxey hit the shot and walked past him, it's viral. It's out there everywhere right now. But, dude, I don't want to play the easy card. Well, the NBA and, like, it's not, this isn't Monday Night Raw, but the league would like nothing better than a 7-game series. And the way things are going right now, Paul, how do you feel about that? Like, and listen, Philly fan got like bullied and pushed over, which rarely happens. But Knick fan took the building over. But that was a Sunday afternoon game. And it's not going to happen again. Embiid called them out. There's going to be a different atmosphere here. Has the momentum swung, Paul? Are we going 7 games? What do you think?
Well, first of all, I don't know that that's not going to happen because these New Yorkers, a lot of people are not going to be able to afford Game 7 here. So they're likely to make the trek down to Philly, an hour and a half, 2 hours, and try to nail tickets for Game 6. And let's face it, everybody has their price. You wave some cash in front of these Philly fans' faces.
Yeah, $1 million man. That's right. Everybody's got a price.
Ted DiBiase. Everybody's got their price.
Paul DiBiase and Virgil from Mexico City.
That's right. That's right. Listen, you have more money than guys in Philly and people in Philly. So let's not even go there. So I expect Philly to be packed with Knicks fans tomorrow night. Maybe not to the same as the other night or the other day. I think it'll be partisan New York Knicks at the very least. So I'm expecting a raucous crowd, both, and it's a close game. Last night I actually got very lucky. I was going to put in $2,500 on the under. And I got here, I was so depleted, I collapsed. I literally collapsed. In the fourth quarter, figured, oh, my God, I didn't get it in. And lo and behold, it goes to overtime and blows all those total bets up. Obviously, over bettors were very happy with that overtime, and under bettors well, it's one of those games where overtime just didn't work out in your favor. So I expect another contentious game. What I did with the game is I took the Knicks actually in a teaser and opened a teaser with Knicks plus 8.5, laying $1.20. Actually up to 9 because I got 3.5, bumped it up to 9. All of these games, with the exception, have been very close. Now tomorrow night, 3.5. I think it's too short to take, and it's too long to lay. These teams have been playing nail-biting games that come down to the wire, and of course, a couple free throws could blow you up if you end up taking the Knicks and they end up succumbing to Philly and losing by virtue of a couple free throws at the end, or losing your wager by virtue of a couple free throws at the end. So that's where I went with the game, and I'm expecting it to go back to New York. Knicks will win in 7, and the league gets what they want.
So what did you think right now? It's 43-37, guys, for the Dallas Mavericks. There's 5 minutes left in the second quarter of play. The Mavericks are now laying 4.5. The total was 204.5. This has been a weird series, Paul, sort of back and forth, but kind of the opposite. Like, once you think a team looks good or they're going to keep it going, they don't. The Clippers are an unpredictable team at the best of times, even in the regular season, right, on a nightly basis. And James Harden is, Paul George is. They can be great. They can be flat. And then you get the Dallas Mavericks, who have really been all over the place in this series. We'll get Paul's take on the other side. I came into this liking the Clippers tonight, plus the 3 guys. I got a moneyline parlay with the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Clippers. They just scored. It's 43-41 right now.
DraftKings making a progressive move, I think, that most other companies are also going to do or have done in the past. Adding someone from the government, or someone you would say in legislation, to become their responsible gaming leader here. And in this case, her name is Lori Kalani.
And it'll be interesting to see if other companies try to follow suit in terms of hiring former lobbyists to head responsible gaming.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
To the 2024 Stanley Cup odds, the Hurricanes remain the favorite, followed by the Panthers and the Rangers. Interesting that they all are coming from the similar side of the bracket.
While the Oilers have the top-end talent, I still don't think they have enough depth, and Stuart Skinner does not scare me in net. So I will take a long series from the Oilers and the Kings, and ultimately I think the Stars are the ones coming out of the West for the Stanley Cup.
The early line, only on SportsGrid.
So what are your impressions of Valhalla, just for folks that have not seen it on TV or didn't watch the Ryder Cups or past majors? They see a PGA maybe at a Southern Hills or a Bet Page or, whatever it may be. And they're like, Valhalla and Louisville, Kentucky. But look at the tournaments produced, and it's insane. Yeah, it really has. And obviously, of course, I'm a bias toward it.
Only on SportsGrid.
Draisaitl could easily, at plus money, get the first goal, the second goal, the fourth goal. There's a few guys here. Maybe the prop betting market is not a bad way to look here.
Clippers over the Mavericks. If I would have told you that score before the game, knowing that Kawhi Leonard wasn't playing, I would have really figured it would have been the other way around. But the NBA is just crazy.
In-game live, all access, only on SportsGrid.
This is SportsRage. I am Morency. We're trying to reconnect with Paul Povey right now. Paul's internet connections, and Paul is a global traveler. Like, the guy joins us from all over the world on a weekly basis. And this is the first time we've ever had a glitch, Cam. Mexico City, you see, closer to America and Canada. North America sucks. I'm telling
Hear
you.
what he said,
Guys
too?
in the Philippines, in like the mountains, that's crystal clear. He joins us from Panama, no problems. Costa Rica, no problems. Mexico City, 26 million people. He's in a hotel, doomed.
Hear what he said to me, Morency? He goes, "This sucks. I'm at the Marriott." I'm like, I don't think it really matters. There you are.
That's
no,
what I'm
it
saying.
doesn't matter if you're at the motel, Mexican Motel 6 or the Marriott. You're getting the same damn cable speeds.
Yeah. Like it's so in Mexico City, we know on the list of that's not quite as not there's a lot of people in Mexico City though. A lot of people.
Big time. A lot of people. You said it.
I said 25. It might be 35. I don't know. There's
could be more.
It's basically it's one of the biggest cities in the world. I don't know, 25, 30 million people. So imagine. It's a lot of Wi-Fi being like sucked up and stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Like how many towers do they have?
It's a good point.
I like that Paul complained. I'm in the effing Marriott. This should
That's
happen.
what he said. I go, "Hey, Paul, you got any Kentucky Derby picks? Because it's getting all choppy." He said, DM me. I'm heading to Vegas. You can tell he's frustrated. He went to stay at the Marriott because he likes doing the show, and he still can't get a clean feed. That sucks.
No, Paul, that guy's not. Paul's good. Like I asked Paul, like Paul in Vegas, he knows like all the places. I'm pretty good too, but he's even better. Like where he'd be like, internet sucks at that hotel. This hotel's good. That's bad. But Paul's smart. He stays off the strip. He doesn't stay in the strip casinos. Like he stays in like the. I've never stayed there actually, but the. I wouldn't mind checking it out. There's the Hilton Vacation one. It's on the strip. It's right. It's near the Strat, near Circus. They don't have a casino. It's like non-casino places. But not a lot of those places, the non-casino places, will have really good connections and stuff because a lot of businessmen are staying there. People that aren't partying and need to get
Remember
work done.
Lou? He stayed at the
Like
Durango. You said that was the cleanest feed going. Remember, Gamblu was at the Durango. You're like, that's crystal. Yeah, see, remember, I marked it down.
You know why?
Durango
is a local place. It's not on the strip, bro. It's like 10 miles off the strip. It's like,
I like
it's like a
local.
local. So the internet. Yeah. And we've always said, like, dude, when you're in a Vegas hotel room, like on the strip, they don't want the Wi-Fi to be good in your room.
No, they want you gambling.
It's like you're not there to go and watch Netflix on your computer in your room. It's like, no, the Wi-Fi sucks. Let's go to the casino. Like,
true.
Like the air conditioning, I hate that. Like they don't do it as much, but in the old days, remember? Dude, it'd be like 8 a.m. and like the air conditioning would automatically crank on loud, like and cold. It'd wake you up. You're like, damn, it's a meat locker in here. You'd be awake, and it's like, oh, better hit the casino. It's 10 a.m. Like, they're like, wake up, bastards. That's their way of like, wake up, eh? Wake up.
It's the opposite for Morency. I can't keep it cold enough. I'm like, oh, finally, I'm sweating bullets out there. I'm like, I like it cool.
Oh, it's cool. So
it's
1-0 still. Did you bet the total of this game? 1-0. The last one was 1-0. We had another low-scoring game here between these two.
I got to be honest with you. The Kings don't. Like, it's kind of interesting. Even though they're down, they're not taking really much chances you talked about, and they are offensively challenged. I would not take the over in this game because they don't want to get in a track meet with Vegas. Eventually, they're going to have to take chances, and then they're done. So if Edmonton gets a 2-0 lead, I don't know if the Kings are capable of coming back, but Edmonton's winning despite not really playing that well, Morency. I'm watching the game. It's pretty lackadaisical.
I don't like comparing world issues to a sport, but sort of like Ukraine and Russia, Cam. Like Ukraine are doing a good job of like battling and like keeping this thing going, but they can't win. Right? Yeah. It's like the LA Kings. Like, man, you guys are doing all you can, and you really are. You're right in it, but you're going to lose in the end. Right? It's like one of these. They're trying. Like they don't have enough weapons. Kind of the same thing like the Kings. Like imagine if the Kings just had one dude that could score, bro. Like if one guy could skate fast and score, like they work hard. They're like, you know what I mean? They're putting all their effort into stopping the Oilers from scoring all these goals, and it's working. But
all their players are old. Doughty, Kopitar.
That's what I said.
The only good young player they have is Kempe, and he can't do it by himself. And you said,
and like Philip Deneau is a good center, Cam, but like he can't score that guy. He's not an offensive guy.
He's an offensive guy. You know that from Montreal. He's one of the best defensive players in the league. The Kings need offense. They don't need defense. You got it.
Back to Pierre-Luc Dubois letting him down.
Yeah. That guy sucks.